Not at all. It would be my pleasure.
Well, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
how are you guys doing?
Good. How you doing? How's everything sitting with you with everything that's going to happen with the show?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's bittersweet that the show's ending, but we got a lot of episodes, like 5 seasons, 60. I think it's 64 episodes. I wasn't in all of them, but as a run for a show, that's really, really good. So I think it's difficult and bittersweet. Everybody's sad that it's ending, but we feel grateful that we got 6 episodes to finish it off, and I think that we're finishing really, really strong. So yeah, but it's tough. It's a little sad. Yeah.
How was the panel?
We haven't done it yet.
We haven't done it.
I think we do it at 5 or 6. Yeah, 5, I think. So very, very. I don't know what time it is. It's coming up on 5, so pretty soon. Yeah, 4. Man, we got an hour. I'll let you know.
Yeah, really. Wow.
Aaron, you keep on showing up on shows that I love. You were in Smallville, you were in Lost for a little bit, you were Force Warehouse 13. How has it been to be such a big part of all of these more genre shows?
I love it. I mean, it's I don't know if I would have thought that that's the way my career would go. I mean, as an actor, you sort of you go out for everything, and you never know what's going to work and what's going to stick. Excuse me, but I feel very, very fortunate. I feel like there's such a great like this, the material you can do. It's fun. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just straight drama where it's like procedural or whatever. Like, I think that there's a lot of, I don't know, like fantasy stuff that's involved in these shows that is great television. So to be able to be a part of that is amazing. I love working on Smallville. I loved working on Warehouse, Lost Girl. Like, I would love to continue to work in the sci-fi world. Hopefully I will. I have no idea. Like, as an actor, you're done a show and you're like, I'm never going to work again. But inevitably something else comes up. But yeah, I think I've just been really lucky, and I haven't necessarily just pursued sci-fi stuff, but it's just sort of what's clicked for me and what's happened. So I don't know. I guess it's sort of meant to be.
What's your favorite thing about the Jinks character?
I like that he's a little kind of standoffish and cranky sometimes. Like, that's sort of me in a way. Like, just sort of like, I don't know, like whatever. I kind of like that about him, but I think that they created a really well-rounded character. And for a character to jump into a show that's already well established and all the characters are really like fleshed out, you don't always get that, I find. So I don't know. I mean, I think that we've sort of built him up, and Jack was very open to me being me and then writing towards that a little bit. So yeah, there's just like everything. It's probably one of my favorite characters. It just feels very comfortable, very natural for me as a character. And like, if you can get to a place with a character, it's so much fun. You can just kind of, I don't know. It's just it's nice because you don't always, like, sometimes you're really working to be the character, or like it's really difficult to find that character. And for me, Jinx was really easy. They really wrote a character that adapted to me, so it was great. Yeah.
I know this is like a season off, but of course they killed your character and brought him back.
Yeah.
Did you just read that you were dead and figure your job was over? Or did you know?
I cried. I was like, I love this show. Why are you guys killing me? You killed me on Smallville. You got killed me on Warehouse. No, yeah, I mean, I was bummed for sure, but Jack at the end of the season said, don't worry, we'll bring you back. Don't worry about it. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, how? No, it's the Warehouse. We got Artifact. But it's still, until it's a done deal, I didn't know if they're going to get picked up for a 4th season, all those sort of things. So when they did bring me back as a regular for the 4th season, I was ecstatic. It's, and it feels good to, be brought back to something that you really enjoy doing and that you're, want to pursue, continue doing. So yeah, I was bummed when they killed me, but I was so very, very happy when they brought me back.
What was it like when you did the Civil War stuff with the outfit?
Yeah,
that was
fun. Well, the reenactment was amazing. I mean, they had, I don't want to say thousands. It probably wasn't thousands, but they probably had a couple hundred people out there, cannon, guns, the whole deal. So I've never been to a war reenactment like that. So it was definitely fun. But I remember it was dark and cold when we started, and rainy. Like, it rained a lot of the day, so it was one of those days where you're just like, oh my god. But I think it worked really well. Like, it looked good, and it made it look like they really pulled it off. And sometimes that stuff, when it's so big and you've got to do it in a day and the weather's terrible, you're like, oh, how's this gonna happen? But yeah, fun dressing up in costume and goofing on the Civil War sort of stuff. And I love that scene or that stuff too, because a Yankee guy comes by or no, I think it was a Yankee guy, but Claude puts the artifact in the bag and it like whatever, and then the guy says, "Oh, damn, Trekkie's always coming by and spoiling everybody's fun or whatever," and I was like, that was really, really funny. It was a good little bit. So yeah.
So what do you geek out on?
I read quite a bit. I read some comic books and stuff. The past year, I haven't been reading a ton, but a couple years before that, I was reading a ton. Kind of basically catching up. I read a bunch of stuff when I was in high school, teenager, a lot of superhero stuff. But I never really got into some of the Vertigo stuff, Sandman, and some of that. So I started reading all that stuff. So I really got into that. A game called StarCraft 2. It's like a video game I'm big into. I spent a lot of hours working away on there. I love my cats. I'm a real nerd about my cats, which is, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't say that. But I love them.
That gets you points.
Yeah. They're just, I love them. I don't do photo shoots or anything weird like posing them and stuff, but I love them. They're my little babies. Yeah, you're like, yeah.
I got a cat too.
Yeah. It's just, I never had a cat before, and I love them, so I don't know, it's weird. But what else? I mean, I go see all the big comic book movies and all the popcorn movies. I haven't seen Pacific Rim yet, but I really want to. They shot that in Toronto, and giant robots versus giant monsters, the 6-year-old in me is just going crazy. So I'm really looking forward to that. IMAX 3D, hopefully. But that's it. Kind of normal stuff. I don't have any super weird stuff that is oh, really? That's what you're into? That's what you nerd out on?
How does the end feel for Jinks? Does it feels like he's going to be in a good place?
Yeah.
I want to know how.
Yeah, I think I think that's the real beauty of our last episode, is that it's so well done, and it puts closure to everybody. It's not just oh, well, these characters, everybody just gets such a great ending, and they really wrap it up in a way that I think everybody's going to be happy with. Me reading it, I was that's the best episode that I've read of this show. So I think everybody's going to be happy. I mean, there may be one or two nitpickers out there, but I think 99% of people are going to be really happy. And and Jinxie is where he's supposed to be, and he's happy. Yeah.
What episode can you remember really just having the most fun?
Well, I really liked the first episode I did, the new guy. I got to work with Eddie, and I didn't know who Eddie was. Eddie was just this, guy, that I hadn't met, and I had such a blast with him that first episode. It was awesome. The Civil War one was great. I really like working with Allison too. We always have a good time, and I just think we have such a good dynamic. The characters work so well together. So pretty much any episode that I'm paired up with Allison, which is a lot of them, we have a blast. I'm trying to think what episodes this past, or the fourth season that, to be honest with you, the fourth season we started shooting almost 2 years ago. So thinking back to those episodes now, I'm what the hell happened? I remember what happened at the end because I've sort of reviewed that when we're going into the fifth season, but I'm what the hell? What happened in the beginning of the fourth season? I liked the episode with Allison where we went to England and there was a bunch of horse gags and stuff like that. She kept bugging me about being scared of horses, Jinxie. That was a fun one. So pretty much everything. I mean, there's not really an episode that goes by that I'm oh, I didn't like that one. I didn't have fun doing that. It's all good. Yeah.
What artifact would you be most afraid to encounter?
Most afraid? Well, the astrolabe didn't go so well for Artie. So I think that would be my number one that I would like to avoid. I think there's some juggling balls that made Pete and Micah drunk and do some stupid stuff. So maybe that I can do that by myself with a bottle of booze. So I don't need. I don't want to run into those. That'll get me in trouble. Pretty much any of them, because there's always a downside, right? That's the thing. There's always oh, that'd be great, but there's always something that's gonna ruin your day or whatever. So pretty much staying away from them in general is a good idea, I think. Yeah.
So, what scenes from this upcoming season are you really excited for fans to see? If you can.
You're fishing. I know. I can see you're fishing. Well, Eddie and I shot a scene not too long ago that we kind of improv this thing, and I think it's really, really funny. So I think I want people to see that. It's just like a physical sort of thing, like a physical gag that I think was really, really funny. But I can't give away story stuff. I can't, like I said, my boss is around here somewhere, and he'll be giving me hell. So I can't give away anything about the 5th season. I'm sure there are some things I could give away, but I'm too scared to get in trouble.
What are you looking forward to doing after this?
After the show's done?
Yeah.
Well, it's always exciting. You never know what's going to happen as far as the next job. It could be something huge that, you never expected. But it's scary to after 3 years of not having to hustle for a job and audition and stuff, it's scary to go back out there and have to hit the bricks. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm living up in Toronto. I'm hoping to be able to continue to work up there. They've got lots of stuff happening up there, lots of shows. So hopefully I can grab another show or something up in Toronto, but you never know. It's really sort of just a game of you have to wait till you get out there and see what opportunities come along. And there's always a few irons in the fire, but I don't know. We'll see. It's scary. As an actor, you're always like, I'm never going to work again, but inevitably you do.
How was the mood on the set been when you guys went back to work? It started in June.
Really good, actually. I mean, I think that everybody was a little bit, maybe. I was a little worried that maybe everybody would be a little bit bummed or whatever, but that hasn't been the case at all. I'd say that there's more energy starting this season than there was starting the 4th. So I don't know why or whatever, but I think everybody knows it's the last hurrah. So we're just trying to make the most of it. Okay. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, man. You did an awesome job on the show.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Go out of style.
Nathan Fillion talks about his cats.
I can't help myself. Like, they're just like, I love them.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
Yeah.
I miss the little guy.
Somebody told me that. Oh, okay. Well, if we're gonna do that,
All right.
we're gonna play that game, right?
Oh, everyone get out the pictures of their
No,
kids.
I don't.
Yeah.
My picture's really lousy.
Yeah, that's what I'm like seeing if I can find a good one here.
It's like he's terrible for posing. He won't pose. I have to catch him after he just woke up. Or something.
Where are you, little buggers?
He's probably asleep right now. It's like 7, 10.
Do you have fans who play StarCraft with you and know who you are?
No, I don't know actually. No, I know that there's not. But sometimes people trash talk on there and stuff, and I just want to be like, hey, be nice. Well, and then they'd be like, no. And I'm like, those are my 2 cats.
Oh, look at that! Oh, wow!
It's a cat hug.
Is one of them a ragdoll?
One's a Siamese.
Oh, Siamese.
And she's the mom, actually, and then that's a little black one, giving her a little cat. Yeah.
Siamese are nice.
Yeah.
Do you have
That's
like
my
a
little cat.
webcam that you check in?
No, I should. Well, they would never be in that room, Like, I feel like they're just smart enough that they'd know, and they'd just never be around. So. Anyways, thanks for
All right, thank you.
indulging my...
Oh, no.